So just remember that. Try to get some books or a stool in front of your toilet so we can at least do that properly. But don't go by the regular MD's education. This is what they're taught in school. This is what they teach you. They're taught things that make you sick. No harm can result if 1 to 10 days pass without a normal bowel movement. This is what they taught in school. The range of normal varies from 3 bowel movements a day to 1 every 2 weeks. Right? You may not have a bowel movement for 7 days or 10 days or even 20 days. The material accumulated in your colon is not dangerous to your health. Anticipate and accept twinges and the distended belly that will result. It is worth the wait. The signs and symptoms of constipation are acne, allergies, arthritis, asthma, attention deficit, body odor, funk. You know what I'm talking about? Funk. That's somebody who buys deodorant soap. That's how funky they are. The whole body is a funk. Brittle hair, brittle nails, chest pain, chronic fatigue, cold hands and feet, colitis, constipation, fibromyalgia, headaches, irritable bowel, joint aches, memory lapses, mouth sores, multiple sclerosis, muscle pain, nausea, peptic ulcers, peripheral neuropathies, pigmentation, that's the little white dots on your skin. Any of y'all got any white dots on your skin? White spots? Anybody got white spots on their skin? Now I go out there and look, damn it. Any of y'all got any white spots on your skin? Everybody's so healthy in here. Poor posture, pot belly, seizures, skin rashes, spastic colon, toxic environment exposure, toxic occupational exposure. All of that comes from not having frequent bowel movements. How many bowel movements should you have a day? Some people say it's according to how many times you eat. Everybody in here believes that? No, everybody doesn't believe that. That's why I say everybody's not going to be saved. If you're eating 3 meals a day and you're busting 1 turd a week, damn it, you're packing at least 25 turds in your ass. That's right. The problem is, that's why you're buying all them roses and all them different sprays in the bathroom, trying to spray away the funk. It ain't gonna work. It just smells like perfume shit. White flour is not a food. It is a drug. It is not a food. It is a drug. So we have to find out what is a drug. A drug is a concentrated, isolated substance. Whenever you isolate and concentrate a substance, you have created a drug by definition. Got it? An isolated, concentrated substance. Be it the cocaine from the what plant? Poppy. Once you isolate it and concentrate it, it's a drug. If you isolate and concentrate the sugar from the sugar cane, you have a drug. When you isolate and concentrate the starch out of the wheat, you have a drug. Because a drug, by definition, is an isolated, concentrated substance. So we have to be clear, and every drug has a side effect. It doesn't happen on the side of your body, it happens to your whole body. Not on the side of your body, it happens to your whole body. That's the problem. A lot of us don't know what a drug is. We think all drugs are in the drugstore. They're in the food store too. They just put food names on them, but they're drugs. Is this a food or drug? It's an isolated, concentrated substance, therefore it is a drug. And these shapes here are totally ridiculous. You cannot find these shapes in nature. These are freak-looking foods, designed by the Greeks. Symbolic meanings. There's a cherry. And what brother don't want a cherry? I mean, a food. So the symbolism is there. In the food. They always have these names that attach to them like they stole them from somebody. Snatch food, grabbers. You ever notice the names they have on these foods? You snatch the food. You lurch for the food. You call that lunch. Europeans lurching for the food. Going to steal it from you. Going to snatch it from you. We're going to have lurching at lunch. Right. Listen to them. They're telling you what the hell they're up to. We went over those clogged arteries. Milk does it because milk is a concentrated, isolated substance. The minute it's exposed to air, light, and heated. And they always boil cow's milk. And they make it into a nice white pus. Cooked plastic pus. That's what cow's milk is. If you give pasteurized, homogenized cow's milk to a baby calf, it will die in a week. But we have been educated, totally miseducated, to think that the titties are not for food. The breasts have become a sex item in this country. You think I'm lying? Pull out your titties. Excuse me, I've got no demonstration. I'm just saying the breasts are no longer a food item, they are a sex item. And you know that's against nature and against logic. That's part about miseducation. That's why it takes a lot to talk to a Negro. You got to talk past their miseducation to educate them. And by the time you get to that, you're tired. This is the one that gets us. This diabetes. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the king of all drugs. And the king of all drugs is sugar, white sugar, maple syrup, you can call it what you want. Honey, if it's isolated and concentrated and it's sweet, it's a sugar. Honey does the same thing as white sugar, which does the same thing as maple syrup, which does the same thing as molasses. It's isolated, concentrated. It's going to do the same thing. Maybe a little slower, but it's going to do the same thing. Diabetes mellitus causes kidney failure. That's a pancreas disease. Liver failure, mood swings. If you want to alter the mood of a people, give them carbohydrates. That's the one that can influence their state of consciousness and mood more than any other food, carbohydrates. You give them starchy stuff, potatoes, french fries, pizza, cookies, candy. Give them carbs and you can give them some mood swings, make them highly irritable. And black people take out the irritation, not on white people, but on each other. Heart failure, nerve damage, hyperactivity, which turns all our kids into junkies, right? They give them a little cheap form of crack called Ritalin. And then they're junkies for life. Then they release them during the summer without their Ritalin. That's what they do. They send them home to you for the summer without their drug. You're going to have some problems. That's why you're taking Prozac. Then your artery is going to get all hard. Arteriosclerosis. Frequent urination, which is going to cause you to have kidney failure eventually. And all this is caused by sugar. Not because we were scientifically educated to take sugar, but because we were emotionally manipulated to eat sugar. We were taught that sugar is associated with love and affection. So whenever we have problems with love, loving ourselves, our bank account, our career, our job, we eat sugar to medicate our dysfunctionality. Does anyone here eat a lot of sweets? See, everybody here is so healthy, Shabazz. I mean, why y'all bring me here? Okay. So here's the thing we do. We're trying to get rid of our craving for the sugar. So there's something called Crave Less, made by a company called Nature's Secret. They make Crave Less. And Crave Less will get rid of your craving for the sugar. You just have to take one tablet before each meal, and you will not be eating as much. You will lose weight, but you won't crave the sugar. You won't even crave the salt.